and gentlemen, we are the Millie Goats. I am AK. JBonez, the ringer, is here. We're here to talk football. We're here on a Saturday night or a Sunday morning, depending on when you're listening / watching. If you're watching the YouTube, if you're watching or listening to the podcast, thank you very much. Like, subscribe, rate, review, all that stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully everybody's doing better than Mark Sanchez. Yikes, too soon. JBonez.
It was wild because like Twitter's kind of late, and that news broke at around noonish, and like I'm still seeing people at the tweet I'm seeing is at 5. It was posted at 1 or 2, which is immediate personality. Oh, great guy. Oh, so prayers for his family. Oh, couldn't have happened to a better guy. Oh, he's salt of the earth. Well, he's doing some stuff. I don't know. He's in town to call the game tomorrow. Why is he so mad about a delivery driver?
Well, the thing is, like, they're like, oh, Mark Sanchez was stabbed. I'm like, Mark
terrible.
Sanchez, not really a guy that just like gets shanked in the middle of the, I'm like, that's weird. And then
Well,
it
go
comes
look
out,
at Dan Dockich's tweet
dude.
talking about fatherless people that live in Indianapolis.
Can you imagine? Okay, so I guess he was hammered. Like, I guess alcohol was involved.
Yeah.
So he was going out to do whatever. He wakes up in the hospital with knife wounds and police officers saying to Mr. Sanchez, we apologize, but you have to come with us. Like, what a hangover that is, dude.
Is there any chance he calls a game for Fox again in his life?
Uncle Colin's probably not going to have him back on the show.
I mean,
I don't know. But
what's
yeah,
worse, this incident or the butt fumble? Comment.
I don't know. You asked,
it's like driving
what cuts
right
deeper,
there.
getting stabbed or the butt fumbles wounds the Jets fans? That's the real question. Who cuts the deepest? Anywho, we've got a full slate of NFL games starting at 9:30. We've got to recap what we did last week. We were 9-6. We didn't pick the first game because I was on vacation and I dropped the ball, so that was on us. So we can't count that one, either a win nor a loss, in either direction. So what we did last week is we went 9-6, that's where we've been hanging out. So this is the week we're going to go double digits at least, and I have to take full responsibility of the 9-6 because I made a call that was completely wrong. So, and I'm man enough to stand up here and say that. You told me you were right. I was wrong. I'm an idiot. I should have bet on the Lions like I wanted to, like my football gut and brain told me to. Instead, I went homer pick, and that cost us 2 wins. So we could have had an 11-4 week had my idiot brain not been scrambled eggs on vacation mode.
Led you to Waterman. What do we pick on Thursday? Because I don't even know if we ever agreed, because it's the 49ers. I'm like, that got pushed too hard. I may have taken the Niners on value, but we also said 49ers by 49 points with that Mac Jones outfit. So where are we at?
Mac Jones is, oh my gosh, he's something, man. What a character. He's a guy, if things are going really well, it's really fun and really cool, and he's quirky. But if it's going bad, he looks as bad as you could possibly look. Like if they were losing by 15 and there was the shot of him with his pants hanging off and his belt of tailbone pads and hip pads, people would have been making a mockery. But everybody's like, haha, it's just quirky old Mac Jones, But
hey, in years, Matt Patricia's not calling the plays for him. He's been pretty all right.
That clip came out of throw the effing ball. The run game stinks. I saw that one again on the sideline. So last week we did start with the Steelers, or we picked the Vikings because exactly what you said. You're like, this to be a game we're going to wake up and the Steelers are going to somehow look competent or whatever, and they ended up doing that. So that was stupid.
Somehow we didn't get credit for a win, even though I said exactly what was going to happen.
And we picked the Vikings. Was that my fault? Probably. Probably. But we nailed the Falcons you only get one backup quarterback win. That's unless you're the Niners, apparently. The Saints did cover against the Bills.
Brock Purdy may be the backup.
No. We're not gonna. No, we're not doing that. It's about the
Can
name on the front.
Can I keep you in check real quick?
No.
Yes. I saw your post show after the game Thursday. Even about this defense and how the 49ers are back, you do realize that Sean McVay did more to help the 49ers win than Robert Saleh.
No, I won't believe that.
Carved up the 49ers a great they can't get pressure on the quarterback.
No, at none.
Kyrie doesn't fumble at the one, and if they don't use a running or they ran behind 2 wide receivers and a tight end to try to get the win. Come on.
Which was hilarious because Fred Warner blew that play to smithereens, and then the safety came in there and popped him. But
and
yes.
Also, Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers voted against the tush push, and then they go to it in their darkest hour. Rams could have also used it, maybe. I don't know. Everyone hates tush push, but people can't get 4th and 1. So maybe clean that up before you come over my side of the field. DeAndre Lenore said they knew they were running that play. Remember, they came out, 49ers called timeout. So, all right, we got to look at the defense. They came back out, looked at the defense again. Rams called timeout.
Yep.
So for the third time, every single time, 49ers came on the same defense. So they knew it was going to be a run. Good scouting. Sean McVay needs to
Shanahan outcoached
figure it out. Yeah.
Shanahan outcoached him.
Yeah.
So, Nate Dogg, he says, I was live on TV at the Blackhawks game, front row 4. Oh, had a baby, Nate Dogg. Had a baby. We're going to talk some football. BMO. Also, if you're a Texas or a Penn State fan, welcome in. You can listen to us. We'll distract you from those abominations of a football season. Nice job. You're done. We'll see you next year. Is James Franklin's seat hot? That's a college football quiz. JBonez, please. You're a Big Ten. You're a Big Ten correspondent.
Conventionally, you may think it's hot. I think the problem is Penn State really aligns more with Western Pennsylvania, who's okay living in mediocrity. So we could probably be seeing another 10 to 20 years of James Franklin. I think they have a bigger issue at hand where they need to wash Joe Paterno's name off all these records. So this deep into the Franklin run, you kind of just have to let it run its course so that the guy that covered up all that abuse isn't your best, most winning coach.
That's a hot take. Well, hopefully James Franklin, nothing comes out after he gets done. So, but
the Eagles have rebuilt twice and won 2 Super Bowls since the Steelers the last one a playoff game. That's all. Penn State belongs to Western Pennsylvania.
I've got a hot take when we get to it as well as about the AFC North. And I can't stand watching Tommy Castellanos play football. It's so annoying.
They win?
No, they're down 28-19. There's a minute left. I was watching baseball. So we picked the Bills to cover. That didn't happen. Browns, that was my fault. Texans did. Patriots did last week. Goodness gracious, they smoked the Panthers to the point where a podcast of the Panthers quit. The Meow Mix podcast has shut it down after a 42-13 loss. What are you doing, Panthers?
Was that really the name?
Meow Mix, yes.
Someone needs to go revive that. That's a terrific name.
It's
that
iconic.
IP is priceless.
They can't shut it down now.
No, Giants, you gotta go find another team.
Got to. Giants in the dart party. They got their bump. The Eagles did their thing against the Bucs last week. We nailed that. Rams last week against the Colts. We nailed that. Niners, this is where I sent us. This cost us 2. I picked the Niners. Not because I thought we should have taken the Jags plus 3.5 anyways, because the Niners
That's
only
all
play
I wanted. All I wanted.
That cost us 2, and I was pissed for multiple reasons. Then the Chiefs absolutely smoked the Ravens, made Lamar quit. His hamstring hurts. Sure it does. Pick them with the Ravens and the Bears last week. That was the Ravens should have won, or the Raiders should have won that game. Cowboys pick the Packers to cover. Of course not. Dak Prescott game was life. And then
Can
the
I
Dolphins.
Tell you about that game?
Dolphins, Broncos, we nailed those as well. So go ahead. Tell me, what was it?
I mean, everyone in the world thought the Packers were going to win. I had a nice little money line parlay with some other things, most notably a Micah Parsons sack. And I sat there and watched that whole GD game. And he got the most cheap sack in the world. It was probably a rush for 0 yards, but it counts. And everything else hit. So the push in the win-loss column was fine because we move it to everything else, cashed winner. But, what a tale that was. And then I had every single prop I pick on Thursday Night Football hit, from a touchdown on both teams.
Oh,
I did both teams. I did both teams' money lines to win in 2 parlays. These guys have scored, passing and everything. And they all were cleaned up and hit. And I'm just sitting there like, could we get another tie? I'm going to hit both of these too.
Yes.
What a place to be in, just sitting there rooting for a tie. We would have had if Sean McVay wasn't such a dump in his pants.
He is. He was, and that was funny. Like, you get up there and he didn't even try to. He's just like, yeah, that was terrible. That was awful. My fault. Put our players in a bad spot. It's like, damn it, dude. Let us yell at you for something, man. You're good looking.
The
You
way
coach
that
really
game
well.
went, a tie would have been pretty good for the Rams. They
Yes.
had no business being in it, but a tie would have been okay.
No. They would have gotten out of there with a. But anyways, Niners win 4-1. We're back. Eagles lose 1. Niners are going to be at the top of the NFC because they're 3-0 in their division, undefeated in the conference. Better watch out. Here come the Niners. We're all the way back.
Playing their Pac-12 schedule.
Okay, let's do it. Let's get into. We picked. What do we do? We did pick the Rams, so that's unfortunate. That was kind of a. We didn't have a. I don't think we can count the Thursday game because we don't do the show.
Well, you had like some weird scar tissue from what happened last week, and you're gun shy on the 49ers.
Yeah.
You know, if you feel good about it, you got to stand up and take them.
I know. I can't do that either. I got to stand by the take, stand by my. The Rams, of course, the Rams let us down. I should have known.
Did I say Rams? Yes. It was based on value. It should have been an 8-point spread. It was 5.5 because injuries. No, it should have been a 5.5. We got it 5.5 because it was early. Real life, it went to 8 because of all the injuries on the 49ers. So
Right.
Good value. But I'm going to be abusive in this relationship and just make you feel like you let the team down because you didn't stand up and fight for
Well,
this
hey,
team.
I had no problem standing up last week. And guess what?
Yeah.
Cost us. You know what? So I got to stand up.
So you cost us 3 games now, Adam. Jeez.
Holy smokes. What are we, 35-26 or whatever it is?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Okay, we start in London, 9:30. The Vikings back. Vikings, are they moving to London instead of the Jags?
Well, they played Ireland last week.
Yes.
They're just Europe.
Yes, they're the Ryder
Vikings
Cup
are
right
invading Europe. That's never happened in the history of the world.
The Vikings 2-2 minus their 3.5-point favorites, playing the Cleveland Browns, who are now starting Dylan Gabriel, and they have mime time at backup or third string quarterback still, or prime mime, whatever you want to call him. Shedeur Sanders. Dylan Gabriel's on the bump, so to speak. I have a hot take, JBonez. Can the Browns completely he's miming. Can the Browns completely win this AFC North division? I've looked at their schedule. They are plus 1,800. Right now, it's the Steelers in the driver's seat. The Bengals don't have a quarterback. The Ravens might completely be tanked if Lamar misses 3 or 4 games with his quote-unquote hamstring. If they win this game and they are 2-3, is it feasible for the Cleveland Browns to think, hey, we have the healthiest team here. Quinshawn Judkins came back. We got our new starting quarterback. We got the best defense in the division by far. Is it crazy to think that the Cleveland Browns can maybe win 9 or 10 games here? Because the only game they haven't really been competitive in, I think, is the Lions. Don't quote me on that. But I'm hot right there. I think this is a spot where we take the Browns plus 3.5. Or am I an idiot?
I love it. So
Yes.
the Vikings, you can't protect their quarterback at all.
No.
Last in stacks, second to last in quarterback hits. It's the lowest over under the week, so it's kind of a situation where if you can get points, you should just take them based on that alone. The Vikings line is just hurt with injuries. Not to mention the fact Carson Wentz is the quarterback. You get the bump already. That bump's long gone. Jordan Mason didn't look good with this current offensive line, and here comes the Browns, who has this elite run defense and has shut down power backs all year. Now, mark this for the tape next week. If we take this Dylan Gabriel, this 5'2" multicultural quarterback this week, you only get that bump one time. We're not coming back to the Browns. I don't know about your AFC North idea. I do think the Browns are in an interesting position where they could start to daisy chain some of these backup quarterbacks Go Shador next week, get the bump. Deshaun comes back, get the bump. You just keep playing on these bumps, maybe a little bit of momentum works in your direction. Your defense is elite at home. Okay, the Browns maybe can win. But Dylan Gabriel, here's a tweet with his girlfriend, doesn't have the same kind of confidence a guy like Justin Herbert has. So I'm concerned about that. But I like the bump. I like the defense. Browns steal one.
I love
in
it.
England.
I love it. I'm looking at their defensive stats right now. They give up 70 yards rushing, and they only give up 222 yards total. Those are both first. Their passing defense is fourth. This defense is elite. It's elite.
Yeah.
Their offense sucks. It's awful.
Their
Stinks.
opposing running backs contact or yards before contact is almost a full yard below average.
Oh my gosh.
Like it's difficult to run. The good ones, the Derrick Henrys of the world. I don't know if he's good anymore, but he certainly was then. Jordan Mason's looked good when the lines look good, but with the line in peril. And Carson Wentz will make 2 or 3 stupid mistakes.
Well, 100%, especially under this pressure.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Like
Browns defensive touchdown.
Yes. Yes.
Give that a look.
Already, by the way, I did bet the Browns to win the division earlier today. Plus 1,800. Not a big bet, but I did it. B. McCormick's here. He says the Browns to win the division, don't be an idiot. You know what? I am an idiot. Flores defense going to shut out the Brownies. Mark it now. Browns under team total. Lock it up. Nope.
It could win a 3-0 game and we hit.
Browns make a run at the division.
You could be entirely correct. The Browns get a pick 6 and Vikings steal it 10-7.
Hey, we just need to
we
cover
win.
by
everything he said is right. We win. And if we want to play silly divisional winners, how about the Texans?
Are you serious? Could you
I like that segue. I like that
okay.
segue.
I like that one.
The best of the
From the north to the south. The South will rise again. Texans at Baltimore. This line has been absolutely nuts. It opened at like what? I think it was like 7.5 or something to the Ravens. And now it's plus or 3. And now it's minus 3.5 Ravens, but I think it's swung all the way. This still has it at plus 3.5 for the Texans. Sunday, 1:00 in Baltimore. Lamar is not playing. He's already been ruled out. The Texans looking to get on a winning streak. Your classic South versus North. Can the Texans turn the tide? Ravens probably just going to go 23 personnel and run the football, 80 times. But the Texans defense is elite. So Cooper Rush. Is Derrick Henry enough for the Ravens to beat the Texans, JBonez? I think we take the Texans, even though their offense sucks. Guess what? The Ravens defense sucks even worse than the Texans. Who sucks less? The Ravens defense or the Texans offense is the question.
Well, the Ravens, I mean, everyone's panicking about the Ravens.
Who cares?
I think they do still play in a division that's winnable. Fun fact, Lamar Jackson being out. Who the hell's playing quarterback? Who's this boy? Cooper Rush, backup quarterback for the Ravens. Didn't have that. I'm looking for Snoop Huntley, like, the good old days where they just put in a Lamar clone, run the same offense, and no one's any the wiser. You look at their injury report, they're banged up all over the place. So we got backup quarterback. Why do these backup quarterbacks always have success in this first example, Adam? Tell me. Because they remember you win the game by running the ball. They're afraid to throw it. They pound the rock. Well, look at that. The Ravens just so happen to have a guy that loves to pound the rock. Now, the defense is a concern. This is another one where a defensive touchdown could be the difference in the game. 2, very desperate. The fact that the Ravens are favored by 3.5 feels like they're begging you to take the Texans plus the hook. That's why I think the Ravens win it because of football.
So this is pretty much the Texans season is over.
Also a zigzag spot. Ravens not covering last week. Texans did cover.
You've left me in quite a predicament here. Do we take the Ravens? Final answer. Do you think this
quarterback theory, and they got a running back who likes to pound, and he hasn't scored a touchdown in forever? When was the last time Derrick Henry scored a touchdown?
I just worry their defense is so bad.
Yeah, have you not watched the Texans?
The Texans are they're inept on offense. They cannot.
Shout out CJ Stroud. He's 62 years old and still playing.
Yeah, really, he's over there watching highlights about how athletic he used to be. It's like, dude, you're 20, what, 3 or 4? Come on,
Just turned
man.
24, yeah.
So we leaving it Ravens. You believe in Harbaugh.
Derrick Henry did score 2 weeks ago. I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Still, he only has 3 on the year. That's not enough. I believe in the Ravens. The pound rock do the thing.
Okay. The reason I had the Texans because I didn't know if this line was going to change. I was like, my gosh, they keep. But I bet you all there's probably 80% of the money is on the Texans. It's got to be. I don't know.
We'll take a peek at that. What it's at 1.5 in real life.
The Ravens still favored.
The Texans are favored.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Reset.
Okay.
The line's moved 4 points in real life. We have to take the Texans plus 3.5.
Okay.
From a value alone, right?
That's what I was thinking. I had it marked because I was like, I don't know if this is going to move. I wanted to lock it in. I didn't know if it was going to change.
I mean, they burned us on Thursday, but if we got burnt, I'll go down with it. It's the play the value. They're gonna give us 3.5. You take 3.5. Say thank you. Don't be rude. Someone's giving you a present. You accept it. I have this already. Hold on.
Okay. Moving on to the game of the day, the game of the weekend in the Poor Meow Mix podcast. The Miami Dolphins, after win against the Jets, hold on here. The Dolphins are underdogs at the Panthers.
Well, again, in real life, Dolphins are 1.5 point favorite.
So this probably answers itself for us, right? I mean, the Panthers are probably they're without Chuba Hubbard, correct? They're not playing. Rico Dowdle is going to be playing. Panthers just got blown out by the Patriots. Podcasts are quitting on them left and right. The Dolphins, they lost Tyreek Hill.
Who was happy about it?
Yeah. I just don't know. The Panthers being favorites, just oh my gosh. That is my gut says take the Dolphins. What say you?
Yeah, I mean Tyreek Hill being out's okay. Yeah, big deal. That sucks. He's probably gonna be a trade candidate for the Chiefs anyway. They kind of got away from like the Tyreek show though in the last year or two, right?
Maybe it unlocks.
Like it hasn't. It's probably been a burden. We have to get Tyreek the ball. Get Tyreek the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Let McDaniels call his plays. Dolphins value. There it is.
Got to be, right? Like I said, I don't know what the money did from the public and the betting standpoint of, but I just the Panthers. Oh my gosh, dude, they're just awful.
Nothing to be concerned about.
Okay. All right. We're not going to talk. That game is terrible. The next game, the 1-3 Raiders and Gino with his Gintino, call him Gintino. They're on the road at Indianapolis, who by all accounts probably should have been 4-0 if Adonai Mitchell had not fumbling, bumbling, stumbling literally out of the back of the end zone, could have beaten the Rams, would have been 4-0.
And that holding penalty.
And the holding penalty on that ridiculous.
Took 14 off the board.
Golly, what a run by Jonathan Taylor. He was spin moving and pinballing and rumbling, bumbling, stumbling for real. The Raiders stink. Daniel Jones apparently is the next round of the Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Mac Jones revival tour. I mean, holy smokes. The Colts actually, they play. Shane Steichen's got them cooking. Fun fact, ever since Ashton Jeanty switched back to his old stance, he had a really big game.
What's it called?
The Jason stance?
Yeah.
Like whatever it is, the Halloween, whatever. But the Colts are favored by 6.5 at home. Geno Smith can't stop throwing interceptions. And I feel like this game could get really out of hand for the Raiders. I don't think 6.5 is enough in favor of the Colts, in my opinion.
No, I agree. Colt Miller's placed on IR. So Raiders are out a tackle. Brock Bowers didn't practice Thursday or Friday. He's questionable. Max Crosby did practice on Friday, so he should be back. Colts have a big injury report, but I think Indiana Jones kind of has this thing right Geno Smith needs a little bit more points. That underdog Geno really needs a lot more to start causing some chaos. But the Raiders are just the wrong way.
He
I
can't
wouldn't even
stop
put them in a teaser. They're like the teaser threat of the week, I think.
they can't stop turning the ball over.
Yeah.
That's a recipe for disaster. You saw it for the Jaguars. The reason the Jaguars are 3-1, they lead the league in turnover differential. And we saw it the other night. The Rams fumbled twice. That was the difference in the game.
Fun fact: I did some chat GPTing this afternoon at the park while I was sitting there. Did you know interceptions are down? You took the last 5 years, you're looking at around 0.8 interceptions per team per game. Through year to date, we're at 0.68. So it's like a 15% drop. So these teams punching it out, it's a big deal because teams are 22-2 if they win the fumble margin and it's not offset by the interception. So you see what you saw Thursday night.
Yep.
49ers forcing fumbles. Big deal because teams aren't turning it over. It's a combination of, people playing it more conservative, these teams playing this don't beat me over the top defense and just check down.
Bend, don't
But
break.
if you can force fumbles, that's kind of being the new game changer. That and block field goal / kicks or punts.
Yep.
Those are your two ways
Look at
to
the
win
Jag again.
interception.
Another prime example. Jags last week against the Niners. They knocked one out of Farrell's hands early. Then they knocked one out of Purdy's hands late. Game over.
4 games so far this year.
14 points off of turnovers for the Jags last week. So
yeah, to answer your question, Colts -6.5.
Colts -6.5. Exactly. So we believe that the Raiders are going to turn the football over probably 2 times at least. Geno's just, I don't get it. How many? They've got to be leading the league in interceptions thrown. Got to be. Okay. Next game, the game that everybody's been, I don't know which one's worse, the Dolphins and the Panthers or the New York Giants heading to the 0-4 Saints. And the Saints are favored by 1.5. Giants with their new quarterback. Underdogs on the road, 1-3. Is this the one? Is this the game? Do what?
I love this game.
Okay.
Perfect storm.
Love it. Elaborate.
What is like our core tenant number one this year? You can only trust the replacement quarterback for 1 week. So Jackson Dart checked the box last week. Easy win. Never a doubt about that. We had them over the Chargers. The Giants playing the Saints. The Giants, as it sits right now, year to date, have the worst run defense through 4 games since 1979. They're dead last when defending runs out of 11 personnel. The Saints just so happen to run 11 personnel, the 8th most in the NFL. Now, the Saints are the only team in the league that have not had a lead at all this year. Who does that sound like? UCLA. And you know what happened to UCLA today? They won outright. Spencer Rattler somehow has the 4th most passes in the NFL. However, he has yet to eclipse 218 yards. Now, the downside is Saints don't get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. If they do get pressure, Jackson Dart, when he was pressured last week, took 5 sacks. He's pressured 9 times, took 5 sacks, and the other 4 he threw incomplete passes. So he's getting a little bit of pressure on Jackson. Folds like a house of cards. I think the Saints will run ball. I think they'll get the ball out to their playmakers. This is the one the Saints win. Probably their last chance to be a favorite, maybe until the Panthers. That being said, easiest to the board. If you need some sprinkles,
give it to me.
Giants are getting 82% of the public bets. So
who is?
Giants.
No, Saints.
Thank you.
People are going to be all over the new Jackson Dart. This offense can't lose. The Giants can't lose. It's the new no. The Saints have been competitive in most games they've played. They went up to Buffalo, and if freaking they hadn't run the silly special where they tried to get Olave to throw a touchdown pass to Spencer Rattler, and Cole Bishop picks it off, they lead the Bills at halftime. But instead, they throw the pick, boom, and then the rest is history. But they were only down by like 2 at that point. They were toe-to-toe with the 49ers. Like, the Saints have played some of these good teams tough. So, I mean, Kamara and Kendre Miller they might have an absolute field day. Kellen Moore's smart enough to know, how do you neutralize a pass rush? Because the Giants have a pass rush. Run the damn ball. You run it at them, i.e.
Yep.
Mike Parsons. Saints, let's go. Hold off on a week of the brown paper bags, baby. Not this week. Not the Aints. Okay, everybody's favorite team that wants to talk about how great the next game, 1 o'clock, Dallas Cowboys at the New York Jets. Cowboys favor by 2.5. Everybody wants to tell me Dak's playing at an MVP level. The Cowboys, could they get something going? They've got this. They've got that. They're 1-2-1. They have a losing record. MVPs do not lead their teams to losing records. I don't care if they scored 40 points. I don't care if he threw for 400 yards. It doesn't matter. With that said, the Jets stink. Now, the Jets can run the football as well. They're missing one of their running backs, so, the Breece Hall show is about to cook off. But, I mean, this is – Garrett Wilson said this is a gotta-have-it, must-win game. And then we talked to our Cowboys fans on the show, Tex. He said he doesn't respect that, and I'm thinking, hey, you don't want to take it serious. That's like saying you don't want to take the Deeper Than Hate Bowl – rivalry serious. You don't disrespect the name of a game. I mean, come on. What say you? I don't the Cowboys.
Well, the hot trend this week, or the hot tweets, everyone goes, oh, Justin Fields is 0-25 when teams scored 21. Okay, great. The Jets had a better average success rate on Monday night against the Dolphins. They have 3 of those 4 losses, 1-score games, and they're in just a matchup situation that's going to benefit the Jets. I said it last week or 2 weeks ago. The Cowboys are in this, they're in their own rehab of quarterbacks. Caleb Williams was a disaster. Got to face the Cowboys defense, and I'm like, oh, maybe Caleb's going to work out. Ben Johnson's finally figured out. We took the Packers for that very reason, but for whatever reason, their defense just rolled over like dogs. Jets still have a defense. You said it. Garrett Wilson said it's a must-win. There's some matchups that I think the Jets are going to be able to attack. Breece Hall specifically. The teams that the Cowboys have opposed have gone to the running back in the passing game 21% of the time, which is the 7th highest rate. Breece just so happens to be the number 2 target for the quarterbacks out of the backfield. So you want to bet here, the Breece Hall prop for receiving. Get on that. Not to mention the Cowboys have 17 guys on the injured list, lots on the O-line, lots in the secondary.
Malik Hooker.
They're on the road. Yeah, his toe hurts.
Yep.
They're on the road. Jets, Jets. Give me the points.
I love it. I absolutely love that. The Jets, would they have 3 fumbles on Monday night?
They outplayed the Dolphins. They just bad luck.
It was Braylon Allen on the goal line, correct? Then the ensuing drive, Justin Fields had it knocked out of his hand. So, you're looking at 1 and 3. I mean, it's not like like you said, that they outplayed the Dolphins. So, again, clean up the penalties, Jets. Come on, Aaron Glenn. You're supposed to be Mr. Discipline. You cut the guy the first week for fumbling. You're not going to have that around. Now you got everybody fumbling. You won't cut anybody else, you coward. Have some principles, man. All right. Probably the game of the 1 o'clock slot.
Do you know it's not on my local market because some idiot on the Steelers has a brother that works for CBS and is announcing the Ravens-Texans game? So CBS in Pittsburgh is giving this local community a shit sandwich so we can listen to J.J. Watt.
Oh, my gosh. I don't want to hear that. That's terrible.
Thank you. Shout out Sunday Ticket.
Yes,
Tony
exactly.
Romo, Jim Nantz on the call.
Sponsor the show. Also, Dan Hicks trying to be the next. He's NBC's Jim Nantz. Wannabe. Sunday, 1 o'clock, 2-2 Broncos. They're coming off a huge win over the very strong Bengals. My gosh. They didn't even really blow out until late. So 2-2 Broncos, who have not looked that great. I'm sorry. I don't believe that win on Monday night was worth anything. They go to the Eagles. The Eagles are winning every way except offensively.
Well, they had 4 quarters between the Rams and Bucks game. They're pretty awesome.
They're 4-0. The receivers are mad. Every year we do the same thing. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith start complaining. The Eagles do this, and they just keep winning football games or blocking field goals or playing good defense. They do whatever it takes to win, and somehow they end up winning, and they cover. So I'm not going to be an idiot. Eagles 4.5-point favorites. The Broncos look like garbage other than when they played the Bengals. Seriously, awful. They look awful. Their defense is really good, but they blitz a lot. So good luck blitzing and playing this plethora of weapons. What do you think? You're the Eagles guy.
Trivia: Sean Payton has the second highest winning percentage in the month of October in the Super Bowl era. Do you know who has the highest winning percentage?
Is it Nick Sirianni?
It is not Nick Sirianni. Any other guesses?
No. I mean, no, Who is it?
John Madden.
Wow.
Good company, right? So the Broncos play man at the second highest rate in the NFL, and Patrick Surtain is struggling. That sounds like the most perfect recipe for a little guy named A.J. Brown. Come in, get his yards, get his touchdown. Everyone's going to be happy. Eagles take care of business, clean it up, cover the spread.
I don't think people are picking the Broncos, and I don't understand why. Like, just because you look good against the Bengals and Jake Browning, who their offensive lines, 4 people are blocking 1 person. I'm sorry.
Well, the Eagles have been outgained in every game this year, and they only have 5 sacks in 4 games. And the Broncos do have the best run defense against 12 personnel, which the Eagles love to run. So there is a script. The Eagles, Kevin Patullo is going to need to win this one creatively.
I don't believe in Bo Nix.
I don't either. Sorry. He hasn't done it yet. Yep.
What has he done other than against, again, the Bengals, who quit, literally?
I feel like the whole league has a problem right now where they're running under center and throwing out of shotgun too much.
Yeah.
It's like you saw Lenore on Monday or Thursday. He knew the Rams were going to run. He knew it.
Yeah. There were 4 people met him in the hole. Fred Warner, Siegel, Lenore, like there was a whole host of second level defenders that were waiting in the hole for Kyron Williams.
How about all those options off the tush push last week?
Eagles by 4.5. There we go. We move to the afternoon slate. I think this is actually the first week of buys, isn't it?
Yeah.
Steelers. That's sad. The Steelers are on a buy.
Yeah.
Aren't they? Yes,
yeah, they're one of them. Yep.
Okay. Check your fantasy football rosters. Sunday, 4:00.
Just stop. This one's easy.
Right. The Brian Callahan led Titans.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't even write this out in my notes. Like, where is it? Oh, it's Titans. Yeah, Cardinals done.
Yeah. This is the NFC West is the best division in football, period. Because you're going to have a team that's 3-2, a team that's could be 4-1, another team that's 3-2, and 2 teams that are 4-1. So no losing record there. This is the AFC South is hilarious. But yes, the Titans are going to Arizona. Arizona is favored by 8.5. The rule on the show is Brian Callen is a bumbling, stumbling idiot. And until they fire him,
give up play calling duties.
He gave him up himself, didn't he?
Yeah. You're gonna hand him over to the quarterback coach. Which did you see the UCLA quarterback coach, Jim Neuheisel's kid?
Carried off the field.
Again, he got carried off the field. He's a player 15 years ago. He said this is the first time he ever had the headset on. He'd have the headset microphone up and be calling in plays. He forgot where it was. He'd be hitting the wrong button. Like the level of just embarrassment to go in and knock off Penn State.
Epic video, though. Epic.
Callahan's not calling plays anymore.
Great head of hair getting caught off carried off the field. Just spectacular. Spectacular all the way around. Okay, next 4 or 5 game. Probably the game of the dude. I keep coming across all these Bengals games where they're like it's Bengals Lions. Like the NFL got screwed by the Bengals having so many games, like high profile games in good time slots, and Joe Burrow got hurt. So, but anyways, that's neither here nor there.
Well, that was Aaron Rodgers in the Jets first year.
Yeah.
Chiefs and Jets on Sunday Night Football.
Yep.
Taylor Swift promo.
Yes. Oh, so Baker and the Buccaneers all the way across country to take on the Seattle Seahawks. The Buccaneers are 3.5-point road dogs. You You didn't know? Now this is a fun game because you know what I'm talking about.
Your ass better
You
call
better call somebody.
somebody.
Oh. Two former Carolina Panthers quarterbacks. The ones that got away. The Sam Darnold versus now franchise quarterbacks, Buccaneers with Baker, Seahawks with Darnold, and the Panthers are over there getting smoked by the Patriots.
They do not reminisce about the glory days.
They do not.
Baker confirmed. So
I have come over to the side that the Buccaneers are now they're going to be without Bucky Irving, I think, is what I've seen. They have no Mike Evans. I think the Buccaneers are towing the line of fraudulent because of who they've played and how they've beaten them. And I think the Seahawks win this by more than 3.5.
they could use a bye right now.
The Bucks, oh yeah.
They had to have like game-winning drives the first 3 weeks. The Eagles just pulled their pants down the first half last week. And now they came back a little bit, but 2 of them were touchdowns that were like 80-yard broken plays, guys running into each other. Great. You staged a comeback, but not really. Right. Todd Bowles on Wednesday said they had more players unavailable for practice than actually available to practice. And Seattle just so happens to have the second best point differential at home. They're number 1 in DVOA. Just, you said it. Best division. I think the Seahawks cover that number.
I agree. The Seahawks are this is going to be a this is just like galaxy brain look down the road. The Seahawks are going to be in a position exactly where the Vikings were last year, where they have a ton of wins, and it's going to come down to a few games at the end of the year, and Sam Darnold is going to have to beat a good team to win the division and possibly get a bye. I really think that, and he is going to do what Sam Darnold does and trip over his feet and kick the ball backwards and throw picks and be falling down and throw it straight up in the air, and exactly what he did in Minnesota last year, because that's what he does in big games. So, Seahawks by 3.5. 425. Again, NFL got screwed here. Detroit Lions 3-1, who have found their footing. They are healthy, it seems, for the time being. They go to the absolutely embarrassing Cincinnati Bengals, who are 2-2. This is a 10.5-point spread in favor of the Lions. I don't know that the Bengals defense has anything for this Lions running attack / play action attack. Is 10.5 enough? I trust the Lions at big numbers. I don't trust the Bengals.
You hit it. The Bengals are 29th in outside zone defense, and it just so happens Jahmyr Gibbs loves that outside zone. So this may be the Jahmyr Gibbs breakout fantasy owners have been looking for. They allow 5.4 yards per carry the last 3 weeks.
The Bengals?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and we're talking about guys having 180 plus yards, multiple touchdowns in each of the last 3 weeks.
Oh, well, the Broncos hadn't had a 100-yard rusher in like 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And J.K. Dobbins, who has, one leg and his ACLs are hanging on by duct tapes and bubble gum.
This almost all right. So you're right. The Lions are absolutely the kind of team that run the score up and not like look back. But there's a mental element to it, right? The Lions saw the Bengals melting down on Monday Night Football. Are they going to go in and take it a little bit easier? They are missing key people in their own secondary. Can Browning get it out to these elite receivers and maybe keep it close and hang around? And somehow it's switching out and you're going, how the hell the Bengals only down by 7? A backdoor position. Because again, Lions secondary, not great. You got to play from behind. Not great right now. Terry Arnold out.
I don't know.
My brain says Lions win.
Mine, I know the Lions. I think they do it. I think they cover by.
Oh no, 90% Lions. Take the Bengals. I'll take this one. I'll own it.
Okay.
We lose. But the Bengals plus I would.
90% is on the Lions to cover the 10.5.
Yeah.
That's scary. Look, all right, let's do a rule. Last week they were favored by what? What were they favored by last week? New rule for the Lions. Let's come up with a new rule. This is 2 weeks in a row. They were favored. I think was it 8.5? against the
It was
Browns
9.5
last
against
week.
the Browns, but the Browns were on the road. It's different
Yeah.
Browns.
Let's see. Let me go back and look real quick. It was 8.5. So if the Lions are favored by 8.5 or more, if we see that number again, we're taking them.
At
This would be
home.
2 weeks. Yeah, the Lions are 8.5-point favorites at home. Now they're 10.5 on the road.
The Bengals were 7.5-point dogs to the Lions, or to the Broncos. Are the Lions 3 points better than the Broncos? I think I may be hurting my argument because they're probably more points better than the Broncos.
Yes.
For no other reason than it's the NFL. Take the Bengals.
Yes. On principle that it's the NFL.
Edit all this out. Just us going, yeah, Bengals are great. Elite receivers, hurt secondary.
Yep. Clip that.
Clip it.
It is. I mean, the 49ers went into the SoFi Stadium with Mac Jones and Kendrick Bourne and Demarcus Robinson and beat the Rams. All right. Yeah.
The NFL, baby. That's why we love it.
Okay. This is probably the game of the afternoon. This would have been a great afternoon slate had Joe Burrow not been hurt. This would have been incredible. Okay. 425. Jaden Daniels is back. The Washington Commanders. Oh no. Oh no. Detroit Tigers just went up 1 on the Mariners. This is a disaster.
In the 11th.
Ah,
You're ahead of me.
sorry.
That live cable.
Dan Wilson and your mustache. AJ Finch, you bum. Whoops, sorry. I'm just clicking buttons now.
Is that the gods telling us we should take the Lions because they're from Detroit?
Oh, we almost caught it.
Interesting timing.
Do you think we should?
Whatever. If we lose that one, whatever.
Okay.
Take the Bengals.
Take the Bengals. We're doing it. That'll be a fun one if we do win it. 425, Washington Commanders, 2-2. The Jaden Daniels hiatus has ended. He will be back. They are at the Los Angeles Chargers, who are 3-1, coming off their embarrassing loss to the Giants, and the Chargers have no tackles left. They really cannot protect Justin Herbert, and the Commanders need to win a game immediately. The Commanders are 2.5-point underdogs. Chargers 2.5-point favorites. Is this a game where Jim Harbaugh just runs Omarion Hampton 17 times or 27 million times because he was averaging like 10 yards a carry last week? What say you? My brain says take the Chargers.
Yeah, I know J. Daniels is back, but it's almost kind of they needs to be back because you get the Mariota bump in the first week that he was playing. That went away. I saw Jaden practicing with the biggest leg wrap I've ever seen a guy practicing with ever.
Oh, no.
So I don't know how back he is. He didn't look great against the Packers the last time we saw him. Again, this is kind of like a geriatric bowl of sorts. You got the Chargers who are really injured, and the Commanders just really old and injured liability. Chargers are a winning team. They right the ship, cover the number.
Agreed. I don't think we need to think it any more than that. Anytime you take a quarterback like Jaden Daniels, who's very mobile, and you take away that aspect, is Terry McLaurin playing? Because he was out last week too, wasn't he? I don't know.
I don't think he's playing.
We got Zach Ertz out there and Luke McCaffrey. Come on now, Deebo Samuel. Goodness gracious, what a receiving core! I thought the Niners had it bad.
Terry, DMP, he's out. Deebo, DMP, FP, unspecified game status.
Dad, blame it. I cannot believe the Mariners.
Noah Brown out.
Well, hey, good news for the Mariners. They got Rosarina, Raleigh, and Rodriguez coming up. Let's go. Top of the order. All right, Chargers by 2.5. Here we go, JBonez. To the night games, to the primetime games. Sunday, 8:20, an AFC East clash, a red, white, and blue bonanza. The New England Patriots coming off an absolutely mollywhopping of the Carolina Panthers. They are 2-2. Drake May getting it. It's going to be May getting it going Maybe a passing of the torch game. We've got a couple of revenge spots. Matt Collins for the Patriots.
Wait, who's passing the torch?
Josh Allen to Drake May. Have to say that.
That's early.
It is, but I have to say it. Matt Collins revenge. Stephon Diggs revenge.
Stephon Diggs revenge, big.
Matt Collins revenge, big.
I just know Matt Collins is the backpack kid dancing
Right.
guy.
And the no
game.
shoes. Bills are favored by 7.5. The Bills have been beating people, but they have not been covering because they're losers. And we hate their guts. They've not covered 2 games in a row. They didn't cover against the Dolphins. They didn't cover against the Saints. 2 terrible teams. Now you got a team that's a little bit better. Braves knows the Bills, knows Buffalo, won't be intimidated. First night game in Buffalo, I think. Well, no, wait. They had the Sunday night game against the Ravens. Never mind. Which the Ravens turned out to be fraudulent. Buffalo Bills 4-0, non-covering losers. But they seem to get up for divisional games, especially against the Patriots. Well, maybe not. They didn't get up for the Dolphins, but I don't know what to do with this.
Listen, I'm tired of the Bill. I'm tired of taking the Bills thinking they're going to have this breakout game. Their defense is still a little kumsa.
Yep.
Their offense, Josh Allen's moved to -105 for MVP. I didn't know why we're crowning him this early.
I don't get it.
Spoiler alert, Chiefs tomorrow. I think Patrick Mahomes will continue to get weapons and get healthy. They're going to have a head-to-head game. Probably MVP is going to come down to that one-on-one matchup. But Josh Allen, if you're going to crown him way too early. I am going to predict this is the game. You're going to have a little Collins where, that Drake May, that's out those legs. He's so much. He's going to step up in the pocket and just take off for 30 yards down the middle of the field, slide and get up and point first down. Collins was going to lose his mind. He hasn't been running a lot. It's almost like the Patriots, like we know we have that saver for the important games. The Bills is the kind of game you circle when the schedule comes out in the preseason. Vrabel, big deal, kind of a plant your flag type moment. We're back.
Oh, yeah.
Something to consider. I picked the Patriots to be a playoff team. That Commanders-esque new coach, young quarterback. That's your playoff situation in 2025. Give me the 7.5. I think they can even make it closer than that. Why not?
I agree.
Why not?
This is the best defense, I believe, the Bills have played. They played the Ravens.
We joked about the 49ers having their Pac-12 schedule. The Bills have a Big East schedule, and it's been defunct for 15 years.
I was yelling about that the other day. I was like, the Bills have played a record of a combined 2-14, the teams they've played. 2-14.
They say everyone's got a plan to get hit in the mouth.
The Dolphins have a win. The Ravens have a win. The Jets and the Saints have no wins. 2-14. That's the record.
And they can't even cover.
Good teams can't cover.
Great teams
cover.
Bingo.
So I like the Patriots here. I think the Bills are in for. I think they win, but I think they're in for a Donnybrook. I don't think they lose, but I think the Bills have also reached the point where it's like these games, we don't get up for these games. They don't. We're just waiting for the playoffs. Like we're still going to win the division. It doesn't matter. We're going to get to the playoffs, and we got to try to beat the Chiefs. So
could be a look-ahead spot. They play the Falcons next week. Oh, the Panthers are right around the corner too.
No,
the Sam Martin revenge game's coming up quick.
I hope he.
I hope he puts out 100,000 yards right in their face.
Oh, dude.
Week 9.
Monday night.
Chiefs. That's the one.
No, I have to put I'm putting my foot down. Am I blinded by what the Jags did to the Niners? Maybe.
Yeah, but the Jags lucked out that they were playing an injured 49ers 4 days before the 49ers had an important divisional game. It could have been the Saints. It could have been, you pick any team. It was a tough spot for them. Xavier's back. Chiefs are back. Chiefs are going to win the division. Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. We're getting the rubber match. Chiefs, Eagles in the Super Bowl. Finish the story.
Look ahead spot for the Chiefs, though. They play the Lions next week.
They don't care. Andy Reid's a really go 1-0 each week type guy.
So the Chiefs.
The Jags defense is completely unsustainable. They can't just keep getting 4 turnovers every week. It doesn't work like that.
I agree.
And it's not like they're like sneaky. That's the headline.
But I'm sitting here, I don't think the Chiefs are back because the Ravens suck. The Giants suck. The teams that the Chiefs have played that are good, they lose. They lose. And everybody
That's
wants
the
to be like,
thing.
oh, but the Ravens were. No, they weren't good. They haven't been good all year. They beat the freaking Browns. That's it.
Your record is what your record is.
I
The Jags wins against Carolina, Houston are really the ones that get you up. They lost to Cincinnati. Jake Browning beat them.
I don't like Liam Cohen either. Let's go, Chiefs.
Duval.
Oh my gosh.
You don't like him because he's keep your wife's name out of your mouth.
No, he's a freaking nerd. He's a weirdo. I don't like that guy.
Oh, you want to talk about something real quick?
Let's do it.
I'm gonna put it down blast.
The Chiefs running game stinks. Shout out Brashard Smith. Oh, Julio is on fire in this postseason. Julio Rodriguez. But the Chiefs running game stinks. Brashard Smith out of SMU. He's the next man up. Kareem Hunt's inefficient. Isaiah Pacheco's inefficient. Brashard
Shane
Smith.
Waldron.
Let's go.
Bomb. There's a clip of Jackson Smith and Jigba being interviewed shortly after Shane Waldron left Seattle and went to Chicago. And there was a clip like, hey, what do you have to say, you know, the people getting Shane Waldron? And he was like, great. Is this on? Like awkward about it. You're like, You go and look. Shane Waldron left the Rams. Finally, a guy has a breakout season by the name of Cooper Kupp. Maybe you've heard of him. Shane Waldron leaves the Seahawks. JSN, breakout season. Shane Waldron leaves the Bears. Rome Odunze, breakout season. Shane Waldron goes to the Jaguars. First round pick. Brian Thomas looks inept, can't catch, can't do nothing. Like this guy is a death sentence to wide receivers. Problematic. You don't like your guy. I don't like my guy. Go Chiefs, go. Red Kingdom.
Love it. Love it. That's a hot take. Okay.
I'm gonna have a job.
What are we going to do with the Bills? We need point totals for the Bills and point totals for the Patriots. The over-under at BetMGM is 49.5.
Or
do what?
You need a score. I will give you a score.
Yeah, we need points for New England, points for all those just reset. That's crazy. Remember, Eagles, Jets, Saints, Colts, Dolphins, Browns. I think that's who we had. Yeah.
Give me 24-20. Bills win.
24-20. Bills win. What about Chiefs Jags final score?
21-17.
Chiefs. Well, do we trust the Jags offense? Like that's the elephant in the room, is that the Jags offense is continuing to get opportunities because of the defense. Is that sustainable? No. And even when they do get their opportunities, they're awful. Awful. Trevor Lawrence will make an egregious mistake that will cost them the game in a bad spot.
Yeah, I don't know what to think of him either.
Yeah, me either. Let's take it from the top. We've got the Browns plus 3.5 taking on the Vikings, 9:30 in the morning. Then we've got the Texans plus 3.5, the Dolphins plus 1.5 against the Panthers, the Colts minus 6.5 hosting the Raiders, the Saints minus 1.5 hosting the Giants, the Jets plus 2.5 hosting the Cowboys, the Eagles minus 4.5 hosting the Broncos, the Cardinals minus 8.5 hosting the Titans, Brian Callahan rule, the Seahawks minus 3.5 hosting the Bucks, the Bengals plus 10.5.
We have so many home teams.
Because I know this is scary. Plus 10.5 taking on the Lions, the Chargers minus 2.5 against the Commanders, the Patriots plus 7.5 at the Bills, the Chiefs minus 3.5 at the Jags. Are those all correct? I'm pretty sure. Do we want to change anything? Or are we locking that in?
I'm just gonna chat GPT. What are home teams
Mm.
records ATS
Boy, the
in
Mariners
NFL
lost.
2025?
Freaking idiots. Of course, it's the playoffs and my teams stink. They always do.
Home teams are 33 and 30 ATS.
Mm.
Eesh.
Mm,
Eesh.
mm, mm.
Eesh. Eesh. How many away teams do we? Jesus. Did we take
We
any?
picked the Dolphins, the Texans. Or the Dolphins and the Texans. I mean, but it's the Raiders, the Giants, the Cowboys, the Broncos, the Titans, the Bucks, the Lions are the only one that we might switch, the Commanders. The Patriots we did take and the Chiefs. So we took 1, 2, 3, 4 teams out of 14 picks. But I don't trust any of the away teams. They're all terrible teams. All the
It's
away
bad.
teams.
All right. Well, and one of them doesn't count because it's London.
Yeah.
13.
So
we
4
should
out
have
of
closer
13.
to 6. We have 4.
I don't see one. Do you want to take the Titans? Do you want to take the Cowboys?
The Broncos intrigues me, but I have a reputation to uphold. So for that reason, Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. You second
Is what
guess
it is.
yourself. You know,
The only one I would change would be the Lions. That's it.
if we go 14-2, we go 14-2.
Okay, then. It is set. It is in stone. The brain trust has spoken. Baseball's dead. I hate baseball. Okay. I don't want Fubo. I only needed Fubo one time whenever DirecTV couldn't get an agreement with ESPN again. Idiots.
How about Sunday football? ESPN and YouTube TV are up to their shenanigans again.
Yeah, right before football season. They do it every football season. Every time. So they did it with college football 2 years ago. They did it with the NFL this year. You're not fooling anybody.
No one ever misses games.
Well, they just want to get everybody talking about them. YouTube TV right before the season.
Get a box. Is BMO still in the chat? He can help you out. The box. He's been quiet tonight.
He has been. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you everybody for tuning in. The podcast, the show. This is a 14-0, well, 13-1 card that we just went over. The reasoning is there. The conversation is there. The results will speak tomorrow.
What is Good Pods?
Good Pods is a podcast app.
It's like Nana's
like
podcast app.
Like Podbean or, one of those. But it's like a social media podcast thing. We have the numbers on there are actually pretty good. That's one of the ones where we're right behind, like Pardon My Take and all those.
Shout out to the listeners on Good Pods.
Shout out to Good Pods. Sounds like a coffee place.
Yeah. Come get your K cups here at Good Pods
and listen to the Millie Goes.
we don't use plastic. We're environmental.
B. McCormick says, "Let's LFG." You know what? LFG. You're right, dude. Let's LFG together.
There are some things happening in the chat right now. I don't know if you're getting like doing foot pictures or something also on the side, but I feel like a TikTok person right now. Thanks for the heart. Thanks for the rose. Thanks for the rose. Thanks for the heart. Thanks for the rose.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a nice NFL Sunday. We're out.